If finding the best food is always a big priority for you while you're traveling, then this video today is for you. I want to talk about my top 3 favorite national parks with the best food because that is a fun part of the experience and I can't wait to dig in. My name is Ash. I'm a former park ranger and the founder of Dirt in My Shoes, and I travel to the national parks a lot. I have spent a huge amount of time in the national parks, and with that comes trying out the food. We're constantly trying out the different restaurants and options in and around the parks, and so today I thought it would be fun to tell you where I always look forward to going so that I can eat some delicious food. Now, a couple of things before I jump in with this. I am not really talking about the national parks with the best in-park food because let's be honest, a lot of times that food is pretty subpar. Every once in a while you'll find like a good option and a good restaurant in the parks, but typically it kind of all starts tasting the same, to be honest. So that's not really what this video is about. It's also not really about like specific restaurants because each national park does usually have a really good restaurant or two right outside of its gates. So that's not really what I'm talking about here either. What I want to talk about in this video is the national parks that I feel like the food actually really helps make the experience more special. That you're not just going there to have these big adventures in this beautiful place, but the meal options actually enhance the experience that you have in the area and in the park itself. And so that's how I decided what my favorite parks for food are. The ones that it's like, I'm so excited to go to this national park so that we can go hiking here and also so that I can eat this. Okay, so for my first choice, and this park I always look forward to, not only for the adventures, but just because it tastes so dang good, is Acadia National Park in Maine. Acadia is all the way over here down on the bottom part of Maine. It's on an island, and so you get really some good culinary experiences here. The first thing that really stands out as far as food is concerned at Acadia is the lobster. You have to go for the lobster. This whole area is for lobstering. There's lobstering all over the place. They pull the lobster right out of the ocean and serve it to you as fresh can be. And so definitely go and be excited about the lobster. So I don't really need to say more because lobster, right? But Acadia is also famous for blueberries. So you'll find a lot of shops in town with blueberry pie and just all assortment of blueberry flavored things, pancakes, muffins, scones, all the things. Lots and lots of blueberries. If you go during the right time of year, you can also a lot of times find blueberries as you're out exploring that you can pick and eat. So that's really cool. The other thing is there are whoopie pies, which is a Maine thing. And so you'll definitely see those as you're walking around the town of Bar Harbor, right outside of Acadia. And the claim to fame food-wise for Acadia National Park is the popover, which is a fluffy bread roll thing that they usually serve with fresh blueberry jam that you can get actually in Acadia National Park. And there are some restaurants in Bar Harbor that serve them as well. So a couple of restaurants of note that we really like, the Trenton Lobster Pound, the Pickled Wrinkle, the Jordan Pond House, but just for the popovers. They don't really like their other food. And so there's a couple options, but like I said, Bar Harbor just has tons of restaurants. You can find so many different good foods in this area. My second favorite national park for food is, this is kind of a cheat because it's actually 3 national parks, but they're all really close together. So we're heading to Florida, to Everglades, Biscayne, and Dry Tortugas National Parks. So without fail, we typically find ourselves in this area usually almost every year, every winter. And yes, we are so excited to go see these parks, but also you're in the Miami area, which just has a huge culinary experience waiting for you, especially when it comes to like Cuban food and stuff like that. You get a little bit of Cuban, Puerto Rico, places like that infused into the food. So that's just really, really fun for us. We love trying that out. Not only do you have those more cultural dishes, but you also have a lot of seafood because you are right there on the ocean. And as you dip down to go to Dry Tortugas, you're driving the Florida Keys. And so tons of seafood. And then you also get the delicious and can't be missed key lime pie that you'll find in the area. Our favorite place is on Key Largo, and it's delicious. So yes, you get the Cuban food, you get the key lime pie, you get the seafood. And then beyond that, you've got Everglades National Park, which just has some really interesting food choices that you can have. So we like to go and we like to try alligator. It's actually pretty good. Frog legs, those were not my favorite, but you should try them because why not? You're in Everglades. And so there's just a lot of really cool, interesting experiences you can have with food while you're down in these Florida parks. Some of my favorite restaurants in this area that we just pretty much never miss when we're down here. Robert is here, Versailles, Triad Seafood, Gator Grill, all really great options. Okay, so the third national park that I love to visit, not only for the park adventures, but for the food, is Saguaro National Park in Arizona. Saguaro National Park is all the way down here, and as you can see, it's very close to the border of Mexico, and so you get some really delicious food right outside this park. What's unique about Saguaro is that you have two different sides of the park, and in the middle of these two sections is the city of Tucson. And so there's this huge city in between the two sections of the park, and so you will be driving through Tucson to get between the two areas. So why not stop and get some really good food as you're doing that? What a lot of people don't know is that Tucson actually has a signature dish. It's called a Sonoran hot dog. So basically what it is a really yummy roll with a hot dog that's wrapped in bacon. And then they have like mayo, mustard, beans, onions. Usually they're pretty spicy, but so delicious. And we look forward to getting Sonoran hot dogs every time we're down here by Saguaro National Park. You're also, again, really close to Mexico, and so you better believe that the Mexican food in Tucson is just absolutely delicious. And we just usually hit those two things. We'll do Sonoran hot dogs and Mexican food pretty exclusively while we're down visiting Saguaro National Park. Couple favorite restaurants: El Sinaloense, El Güero Canelo, La Frida, just some really good ones. It's hard to go wrong with the food in Tucson. All right, my foodie friends, those are my top 3 national parks if you're looking for big adventures, both out on the trail and in a restaurant. There is so much good food waiting for you. And if you need any help planning your trip to any of those national parks, click on over to Dirt in My Shoes, and I have lots of articles waiting for you for each of these parks so that you can make your dream trip a reality. Bon appetit and happy hiking!